Good morning, Delray Beach. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Jamil.
And we are here at one of our favorite places to hang out.
Yes.
Capital One Café, having amazing beverages as always. This is just a great place, even in the rain. It's cozy, and you can stay a while, do your work, say hi to friends, and have something delicious.
Yeah, usually you'll see a lot of people walking their dogs because this place is dog friendly as well. But today it's raining, so the dogs don't want to get their hair wet today.
No, I'm with them.
I felt the same way
I
when
went
I came
woof when I walked outside. Your hair, we gotta tame the frizzies.
Definitely.
So always a lot of things going on, but you have some exciting things that are happening in town.
You know, the one thing I have to give a big shout out, huge shout out to the Delray Rocks youth football and cheer organization. There's 2 age groups, so they have from 6U all the way up to 13U. So there's like 7 or 8 age groups. And the 9U team, the 9 and under team, and the 13 and under team, they made it to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
So they made it to the AYFL, their youth championship, which is this Saturday down in Plantation.
That's amazing.
And both of these groups, this is their, one group is going for a three-peat. The 9-year-old group, they've been together since they were playing 6 and under. And they haven't lost a game. They're 38-0 in 3 years.
Wait, what?
Yes. They haven't lost a game, and they won the last 2 Super Bowls.
I mean, that's pretty hard to do.
And then the 13 and under team, last year they were 12 and under, they won a Super Bowl. And this year they're back again.
That's amazing. And I think that's what's so cool about our town is, you know, everybody thinks about the Ave. They think about the restaurants and the clubs and the bars and, you know, all those kind of things. But we have so many incredible programs for kids here.
I mean, when you look at this organization, I mean, they have over 300 kids. That's with the cheerleaders and the football program. And you go out to Pompey Park, and you just see all of the families. You see all of the kids. You know, they're having fun. And even the cheerleaders are pretty good. You know, they go and win their cheer competition as well. So the organization, I have to give hats off to the administration and to all of the volunteers that's running that organization. They're
and they
doing
work
a phenomenal
hard.
job.
They work hard for these kids.
I totally agree.
I mean, we had the pleasure of having some of the coaches on and the cheer captain actually over the years, and just really wonderful people with big hearts that care about the kids in our community.
I totally agree. Phenomenal job. It's for all of the volunteers, because everybody, nobody's getting paid to do that work out there. You know, so they take a lot of heat from a lot of parents, you can imagine. You know, but they're just volunteering their time. Yes, definitely.
So also, really cool, coming up, people are volunteering for this as well. It is the big We Are Delray party tomorrow.
At Throw Social.
It is going to be so much fun, and you and the 1-800-CALL-LEAD team are doing something special also.
We sponsor the axe throwing area.
Get out the aggression.
Get out there, just come on over to the axe throwing area and show your, I don't know if that's an athletic skill or something. Well, some type of skill that you can show.
I don't know.
Or you can show that you don't have any skill in one way, shape, or form. I think it's always kind of interesting that, you know, they put a bar and they put axe throwing right next to a bar. It's kind of...
Well, good thing you're a law firm.
I know, right? That's a good point.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys.
I know somebody.
No accents. It's going to be fine.
I think this event, I think last year's event was awesome. And I think this event, from all of the stuff that I see that's happening and the plans behind the scene, I think it is going to be a phenomenal party. You know, and a celebration. And at the same time, you know, fundraising also for the chamber.
And the creativity behind it. Like every year it's a little different. So it's not, you don't get bored of the same event year after year. Every year it's a little different and special.
No, I can't wait. I can't wait for it.
Well, there were so many incredible events that happened during the month of October. We know we're in November, but we just felt like we really had to show off after 21 events that the chamber, the volunteers, the for-profit and non-profits put together. And let's show off what happened last month for Do Good Delray.
Let's take a look. think that was awesome. I mean, when you look at, bringing for-profit and nonprofit organizations together, to put on nice events to really help each other. I mean, I think that's really dope. I really love that whole idea, and I love the month of October when Do Good Delray really comes around.
And I think the thing that's so beautiful too is there are so many nonprofits and they're not competing against each other.
Right.
They all want to help each other.
all work
And
together.
that is the perfect thing to do during Do Good Delray.
Yeah.
Well, also talking about perfect things, we have an expert who knows all about private equity, is from New Age Venture Capital. We have Sebastian.
Sebastian, come on on.
Hi, welcome.
How you doing, man?
Thanks for
How you
coming
doing?
on.
Sebastian, once again, thanks for the bagels.
Yeah,
Yes.
no problem.
Appreciate it.
Real bagels from New York. He flew down for us. We were like, wow, we're really living the star life
So
here.
soft and chewy. I would never get a bagel from
No.
that other place again.
No, never again. We're never gonna get it from anywhere again. So you are semi-new to Delray. We say anybody who's been here like less than 5 years is new, even though it's probably not accurate. But tell us a little bit about why you came to Delray.
Well, I actually was here visiting a client in Fort Lauderdale. This is about 5 years ago. And back in New York, well, I'm from Long Island, I had a couple of my buddies say, you have to check out Delray. And I had a mortgage banker tell me, you have to check out Delray. So I had 2 days available, so I booked a VRBO here, and I stayed for 2 days. And the first place I went to was El Camino.
Yum.
And I just absolutely fell in love with the avenue, the atmosphere, the positivity here.
Yeah.
So it was just, I knew I was going to buy right away. And then 2 years later, I purchased a house here in Delray.
Amazing. So, obviously people think banking, private equity, you have to be in a big city. How are you managing that from here in Delray Beach?
So COVID has changed a lot of things, which allows people like myself to work remotely. Our headquarters is based out in New York City, but I'm always here. I have clients in Delray, in Boca, in the area. So this allows me to, like I said, have the flexibility of working wherever I want to work. And these restaurants here, as you know, they're the best of the best.
Yes.
So when you invite a client there, it's always a good evening.
And this is a New Yorker saying that our restaurants are amazing. I feel like whenever you get the stamp of approval, because there's so much in the city, that when you get somebody coming here and they're like, wow, the restaurants in this town, it means we're doing something right, Delray. It means we're doing something right.
See, I can't really speak on New York. I've never been to New York.
No, you haven't. You gotta go. What have you been waiting for? You need to go with him next time he goes. He'll show you around. It is, Jamel, we gotta change that. You gotta get up there.
I've never been.
But I mean, truly though, I feel like so many people, we were talking a little bit before, how many people are coming down every day? How many people want to be part of the community? And now you can still do your business like you would if you were back up north from here. So what do you do for people who are like, okay, I don't understand what is private equity. I don't know what these words mean. How would you explain what you do?
So we specialize, our firm, New Age Venture Capital, in pre-IPO. So we look for late-stage companies looking to transition themselves from a private side to the public markets. And that takes a lot of time, a lot of work. So we do our due diligence. We look for companies in various sectors of the market. Those opportunities, when we feel all right, we bring them to our clients. We share the information, and if they feel that's a good investment for them, then they pursue that.
And it makes it sound very simple, but it is. It's a process, and you
It
do
is
a
a
lot
long
of
process.
vetting and a lot of things to make sure that these are sound decisions that you and your team are making.
Right. So if I came to you just as a lame person as I am, right, and just come and say, you know what, I have some money, I don't know what to do with it, can you guide me? Like, what's the process? What do I need to do?
The first thing we would do is just find out what your goals are. What are your financial visions for the future, 5, 10 years? And then based upon your risk tolerance, so if you're a conservative, if you don't want to take a lot of risk in the market, we would find you investments in that category. If you have more speculative needs and you have money that you want to put to work, we would look for products in that area as well. So we also have a wealth management division. We have an investment banking division. So we're a hybrid, and I've been doing this for over 24 years, been a licensed broker. So, and I started out just as a basic broker, a registered rep, and I grew from registered rep to branch manager, branch owner, and now, I have a great book of clients that now I can just travel where I want to go. That gives me that flexibility, which Delray is the place I tell everyone to go.
Love it. So, and I'm going to ask on the opposite side. So if I'm a business owner and I'm like, I really need to raise capital, I want to grow my business and expand, how do people get in touch with you to be able to see if their business might be a good fit for you?
So you can contact us. Obviously, the phone number is going to be on the bottom of the link, and you can reach out with a business plan and speak to one of our specialists, and they would, go over what you're looking to do, what's your exit strategy, and then we would obviously take it from there as far as possibly making the deal go through.
Because I think there's a lot of people who are trying to scale businesses. I mean, myself included, as a business owner, you think about, oh, someday I want to do this. I know you can't give a lot of advice on how to spend money and things, but what would you say people who have a business and want to think about approaching a business like yours, what would be the best steps to make sure that they even would be considered by a firm?
Well, I think number one, you have to have passion about your business, and it has to radiate. It has to be where people can pull up your information and see that your product or your services are working. And at that stage, once you raise enough capital and you're ready for the next step, you reach out to a consultant like myself and ask what's the proper way, or which way do they want to enter the market? So they want to stay private? Do they want to go public? And that's something that we specialize in with our clients.
Yeah, which I think is very important, because I think for so many business owners, you think about and you read all these things of, oh, this is the way to scale, but nowadays there's so many different ways. And I would imagine there's a lot of benefits to both sides depending on what your ultimate goals are.
Absolutely. And you see, this world has changed since the pandemic.
Yeah.
A lot of people have become entrepreneurs.
Yep.
And they have great products, they have great services, but they need that help to guide them to the next level. What is the next step? And that's where we come in on our investment banking side.
Incredible. So is there anything else that you think people need to know about you or your business, or how they can get in touch with you if they need these services?
The best way is to contact us on the phone number on below, or email us and set up an appointment. Again, every investor has a different philosophy or different investment needs. So it's a one-on-one basis. Whether you're a corporation or you're an individual, we specialize in that, and we get to know you first before we bring anything to the table.
That's incredible, because I think it is, just like any business relationship, people click or don't. And I think you really need to find somebody that you trust with your money or your business, because otherwise it can be scary.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs have went down that field where they fail, and they finally get that big break.
Yes.
That big break, all those failures, they get guided by the right team, by the right people to move them along into the right direction.
And I think that is really something that you hear about a lot. And I think as an entrepreneur, when you're going through it, you're like, oh gosh, this is so bad. And then you hit that stride and you're like, oh, it's not so bad anymore. And having somebody to guide you along the way is invaluable. Not even just the money that can be invested in your business, but also the knowledge of people like you who've been doing this a long time and know how to handle it properly.
It's probably the most rewarding thing to see when someone starts out and then 4 or 5 years later, they're just becoming a whole different company or a whole different category where they want to be, and it's great to see that.
So even in regards to that, what about the individuals, the businesses or individuals that are hesitant, and they just, oh man, I really don't trust this process or trust the market. What do you say to them?
You know what? That is their philosophy, so they should stay out of the market, in my opinion. And we get to know you. Most people won't open up to you in the first 5 minutes. You have to speak to them. You have to really understand what they want. And once they start to open up, they kind of give you, an open window of what they're looking, to do in the future. So if people are hesitant, there's nothing wrong with staying out of the market.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
It's just that easy. Listen. If you're scared, don't do it.
It's true. It's true, though. I think that is really sound advice, because a lot of times people think they need to do things, but maybe you don't. Maybe your best bet is just, if you're that scared, just stay away.
Just stay away.
It's like I would never go skydiving because it terrifies me, so I'm not going to.
I won't do it either. I like my feet being on the ground.
Agreed. Anything else that you want to share with anybody, or how much you love this town, or any specific call-outs you want? I mean, as somebody here.
Yeah, I'm either wearing a suit or my Delray Beach sweatshirt. So,
oh, I love it.
And if you know me, you know that's, all I talk about is Delray. It's just, like I said, when I came here, I felt at home, and it's a feeling, and I just said it's right, and I bought a property here, and it's just, every time I'm here, I absolutely enjoy it.
Oh, wonderful. Well, welcome to Delray.
Yeah.
We're so lucky to have you here. And make sure you reach out. If you think this might be a service that you need, reach out, have the conversation, and see where it can go.
Totally agree.
Might change your life.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you.
so much.
Have a
Appreciate
wonderful
it.
day. And thank you
I'll see
again
you
for those
tomorrow.
bagels.
Yes.
Thank you for those bagels. They were so good.
Bagels were good.
And you need to go to New York just to eat, if nothing else, Jamel. That's why I'm shocked you haven't been there.
I need to.
So we got to leave Delray Beach
We went
and
south of
film.
the border.
and film in Boca
Yes.
last week.
Yes, we did. So we went down to a printing company, printing business. We had the opportunity to meet the owner, talk to the owner. You actually got an opportunity to print. I mean, she put you to work for a little bit.
She did, but you know what? It didn't feel like work. It was so much fun, and especially when you are, as he was saying, working with a passionate business
Yes.
owner, and Sam is full of passion. Instead of us talking about it, should we just show them?
Let's go ahead. Take a look.
Hi, we have done the unthinkable and crossed over from Delray into Boca, but just a little into Boca.
Yes.
And we are here at SG Inc.
Yes, we're here. Listen, Sam, she's an ambassador of the Delray Beach Chamber. She's doing a lot also with her business and with the chamber. So we really want to come in and see her showroom and see what goes down behind the scenes here at SG Inc. We want you guys to come on this journey with us. Let's go.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
How are you?
What's
nice
going
to
on?
see
Good
you.
to
see you.
What a beautiful
Hi.
space.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
This mural.
I knew
Thank
she was
you
going to
so
say something
much.
about the artwork.
I mean, come on.
Thank you. I'm super proud of it. Michaela Groich, she's a local Delray artist. She actually does a lot of the artwork for Trader Joe's, and she has her own line of athletes that she does canvases and paints for. So we came up with this kind of a rebirth of our ink splat, which is part of our logo.
Is this vinyl? It
No,
looks
this is
painted.
No, she painted this. No tracing, nothing. She painted this in like 16 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
So obviously you do a lot of things here, but can you tell us a little bit about why everyone needs to know you and come and visit you?
Well, I've been in the industry for 21 years. I started when I was 19 years old, and I kind of grew through a mentorship with a $10 million company, had 50 employees. So I was 25 years old and I became the VP. I was the youngest and probably one of 3 women.
Wow.
And then I kind of went out on my own. I actually worked for some promotional modeling companies when I was in college, and I changed my path to business and international business, and essentially kind of, I guess, worked my way up through a variety of industries, bought a business in 2020, and then we revamped, rebranded, and moved here from a 5,000 square foot space. And essentially, you're in a spot that can produce anything and everything. Our tagline is, if you think it, we ink it.
Right.
I
Okay.
love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know in this space, this is your showroom, but you are expanding.
Yes.
You've outgrown,
Right.
you need more.
Right. So what we've done is at the height of COVID, we partnered with some of our friends and some of our supplier partners in the area, and we share warehouse space, we share employees, and we share presses.
So
We
smart.
keep expanding in the manufacturing end, which will actually allow us to shrink the sales office and kind of make it more convenient actually for clients. We can meet anywhere, we come to your office, we take measurements, we do site surveys, we do consulting.
A lot of people with this type of work, they have to ship it out.
Right.
You know, so guess what? Somebody come in and place order, oh, you know, hey, it'll be back in 6 weeks.
Right.
Or so,
Right.
so basically being able to do what you did, partnering with other local vendors in this area, now is a quicker turnaround.
Right.
You know, most people come at the last minute anyway.
I
our
needed
favorite.
yesterday.
Yes.
Those are my favorite. At
business.
most, our lead time never really exceeds 12 business days.
Wow.
Honestly, so at times 14. Back in my history of when I was with my previous company, we actually had an office in Shanghai. So I have that partnership if we need to outsource to that degree. And even at that point, it's still only 4 weeks. But that's kind of random.
Yes.
And everything we do here is custom. So you could come to us with a concept, you could come to us with a blueprint, you could come to us with just an idea.
Is there a way for us, myself or Amanda, to walk a day in your shoes? We want to use like
Yes,
a press.
we
We
wanna
want to play
see
with
what
the
you
toys,
do.
play with the gadgets. Can we make that happen?
I'm getting free labor.
Yes, you have
Yes.
unpaid interns today.
Let's do
We
it.
volunteer. So
come on
back
back.
here, tell us a little bit about what this space is, because I
So-
see a lot of vinyl and what's happening
So
here.
this is essentially the finishing. Our production and manufacturing is essentially across the street. It's
Okay.
not open to the public.
Yep.
For both safety reasons and NDAs.
Right.
Here we have anything that doesn't require venting. So we have vinyl cutters, thermoflex cutters, heat presses for hats, shirts, pants, anything like that, bags, and essentially just some small finishing. We also have embroidery capabilities, I forgot to mention.
Oh,
We have 12
wow.
embroidery heads. Our office is off of Glades Road, actually, and it fits just enough so we can't fit ourselves in there. But we can come back here and you can actually heat press a cake for a local salon.
Yay! Oh my
grab
goodness,
this.
this is so cool.
We're like the anti-salesperson, but the point of the matter is I want you to do well so we do well. My net worth is only as good as my network.
Absolutely.
And frankly, the better you do, the better we do. So if you come in truly with just literally an idea, you say, for example, these capes, it's a great idea actually. They were not having success and they have a specific cape that they like in their salon, but they weren't having success with the printing process. This is called direct to film. It's kind of the new thing today, but what matters is your machinery. Anybody can really print direct to film, but the fact of the matter is how robust is it? So this is actually ink, it's not vinyl, if you'd like.
Yes, I would love to.
So here's a center point, right?
Okay.
Yep. This is the vinyl piece, not the actual lettering. It's ink again. This can be washed in the washer, so now you're going to lift it all the way up. Yep. And just let this cool. This is a small, easy, inexpensive. It's a one color. These are 10 pieces, so we wouldn't want to charge a client a setup. That's another thing. Right. Every single job does not require a setup. If we actually have to set up, then there's a setup charge. We don't just create these. There's
For
not
no
these
reason.
these fees
And you
that are
get
on the
hit
outside.
with that all the
Constantly.
time.
All
All
the
the
time. Everybody throwing
time.
those setup
And I'm
fees.
like, wait, but I already did the artwork. We already did everything.
Right.
What are you setting up?
Right.
They can't tell you what, and they say, oh, it's just required.
Right.
So that's great to know.
Like, what's that one that you can really remember and say this was a fun project to really work on?
Well, in fairness, and I'm not being cliche, they're really all fun for me. I do like to create. In fact, owning this business and starting out on my own truly allowed me to discover how creative I am. You're a designer, you understand, but I never thought I was a you, ever. Microbreweries in the state of Florida are probably one of the most creative spaces I've ever worked with. The degree of the creativity, the actual art, it's like it's a Van Gogh by comparison.
Barrel of Monks.
Yes.
When we were over there, you know, the nice
They were
glass with the label on there.
everything.
Yes.
They were my very first microbrewery in Florida.
And they're a beautiful
Wow.
company.
See, and I thought of them because of their branding and
it's
everything.
great.
And here
And
you
it
are
was
as
you.
the person that created
We
it.
love
true.
Kevin and
It's
we
true.
love Bill.
They do
Yes,
such a
they're
great
awesome.
job.
So let's go back to this.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see
So
this
at this
finished
point,
product.
this is cool. So let me show you, Amanda.
Oh my God.
Like butter.
This is amazing.
And then you're just pressing it one more time to seal it in.
So just pushing
you're
the
gonna
handle
pull
back
this
down
down. Yep. And we really only have to go about 10 seconds on this one. So
we
yeah,
go.
all the way up. This is actually a local salon in Boca. I had the pleasure of meeting the husband and wife duo. They're wonderful.
And
then
now they're
we'll
going to
just
have
let this
gorgeous
sit.
cake
Yeah,
while you
and then
sit
we'll
there
just
and
let
get your
this
hair
sit.
perfect.
Exactly.
You know, at first, you know, it starts off being something just so simple
Yeah.
as just solid black. And just with
Yeah.
that piece of art, that
Right.
creation, you
Yeah.
throwing it on there, it makes it pop.
It
Yeah.
matches your shirt.
Yeah. How should people get in touch with you? Because everyone needs to know Sam.
My email is sam@thinksgink.com. Of course, phone. We're on Instagram, Facebook. I'm also a proud ambassador of the Delray Chamber of Commerce and a member of Fem City Boca. Basically, simply call me. You're only ever going to get me or my assistant when you call. You're never going to get a voicemail. You're never going to get an automated service. There's always going to be a human, and a human that's physically here. So I guess the best way to get in touch with me is to call me.
Thank you so much for having us in this incredible space, and thank you for allowing us to play a bit.
Thank you for
Yes.
working.
But you're not kidding. I mean, you have shirts. You have look.
These little things like this, I would think like somebody would say, hey, this wasn't made locally, but this is really cool. This is something that you probably find at Dick's Sporting Goods or, you know, on a shelf somewhere in a big branded store. What is your scope of work? What is it that you can't do?
Actually, there's probably nothing we can't do, but that's just that's a limiting belief anyway. If you think you can't do something, but the fact is, we really can do anything when it comes to printing and embroidery, labeling, packaging, to banners, signage. We do living walls, gallery quality artwork, installations, exterior, interior, vinyl wraps. We can wrap a car, we can wrap a boat, and everything in
Clothes.
between. Merch. We have a
She's
new
got a
model.
model. Hey, we got to
brand new
roll this
model.
and see what thing you got to do.
Yes.
We're
20 burpees, Jamel.
Oh my God.
He's out.
Oh my God.
He's out the building.
You quit?
I
You already
can burp 20
quit?
times.
I love it. So when people are trying to figure out what should we do, like do I do a tote bag or a t-shirt? Is that a process you can hold hands
Absolutely.
and walk them through?
We do. We handhold, we coach, we consult. So you'd come into me even with completely outlandish ideas or no ideas at all. And again, we would sit with you, we get to know your brand, your why, and essentially what the intention is. Who's your optimal client? Who are you trying to engage with? And we'd help you create an icebreaker, for example, create an experience. At the end of the day, certainly promotional items kind kind of get confused with tchotchkes and things like that. But we pride ourselves on at least assisting you in creating things that are functional, things that have a purpose. At the end of the day, we're all going to take a reusable grocery bag to the store. Why wouldn't you want it decorated with your branding?
I want them to really come and say, wow, that was a really cool experience that I just had.
So what would you say would be a creative solution for Jamel's challenge here of coming up with this special activity for the branding?
In fact, we just did it.
You did? So what did you do?
So we did a walkthrough of Throw Social for a Delray Chamber event on November 16th. Everybody, are you coming?
We are Delray.
We are Delray.
Delray.
You're not going to be here.
No.
Yeah.
It's a good excuse.
Yeah.
That's fine. We actually did a walkthrough. So 1-800-CALL-E is sponsoring the axe throwing area. And we came up with this collective idea of putting the logo on the actual dartboards.
Yes.
See, that is a great way to market because you're having fun, you're staring at it instead of it just being like a postcard on the table.
But you know, the thing about it, she actually wanted to meet at the site and really get a whole look, to do a walkthrough, to try to let her creative juices flow and say, this is what we're gonna do. And I was like, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm down, let's do it.
That's impressive,
You know,
because
so-
otherwise, if you hadn't done that, you might have thought, oh, okay, let's do a business card, a flyer, information.
Right.
But this is going to be a way that they're gonna remember your firm.
We will come in and do the measurements ourselves. We do have our own installer, meaning all these things aren't third parties. They're equally vested people that are equally proud and grateful.
For anybody who needs to get people into their business, knowing about their business, or just connecting, you are truly the person to come and see here in Boca Del Rey, and really come out, come meet Sam, make that call, let her come see what your business is about, and make a memorable experience.
If you can think it, guess what? They can ink it. Let's make it happen. Hit up Sam, baby. We out. Peace. From your gala. Oh, yeah?
Well, it was so much fun being at SG Inc. We had a great time. And as we were talking about before,
People who have passion, and Sam definitely shows passion for her
Yes,
business.
and she does a wide range of work. And like I said, my favorite slogan, if you can think it, she can ink it.
It's amazing. Well, then, talking about passion, we
Yes.
have one of the most passionate individuals here in Delray Beach.
Passionate about
the
everything,
community,
right.
about people, about everything is right.
Yes.
And he literally went, and came to be part of our show.
Walked in to be part of the studio audience. He was watching us. And he said,
Like, you can't be in the crowd, you gotta come on.
Big fan. I'm a big fan.
So Dupree gonna help us end the show today. Thank you
Yes.
guys for joining us. We want you to have a Delray Day.
You know what? We want y'all to have a Delray Rock Day.
Let's go, Rocks.
13U Super Bowl.
Bringing home that ship, baby. We rock to the ship. We going to the ship.
I invite you to join me at the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce, because here we're all about community. With like-minded people and businesses, the Chamber will help your business grow, and you get to connect with people that will become your best friends. Weekly events give you ample opportunities to learn alongside talented professionals. At the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce, we are better together. Become a member at delraybeach.com.